Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Project Zomboid episode 26, which originally aired live on Twitch. Let's get started. The pull-up on YouTube was about what project I should undertake right at the start of the game. There was 5 options: building a living area on the second floor of the warehouse, obtaining a stove for cooking, working towards plumbing for fresh drinking water, focusing on gaining skills to hotwire cars, and sledgehammer. The building an area on the second floor of the warehouse won with 41% of the vote. The number 2 vote was plumbing for drinking water. So that was put up 2 hours ago. And if you were the ones that voted, thank you. So let's do a quick little recap of last stream, or at least the end of last stream. We finally got the stairs. We have moved all of our generators upstairs. We have moved one of the generators actually over to the gas station in order to power up the gas station. We have started a farm, which I painstakingly started watering, only to get a giant tropical storm to hit me in the face. We have moved refrigerators over here. So now we have a refrigerator that has mostly dry goods, but it has a refrigerator that we'll be able to cook on. And the majority of you, or at least the plurality of you, have voted that I now work on making a living area up here. So that is what I'll be working on. Oh, Yoda, you hamming it up for the camera, man? You sure are. So for me to do that, I am going to grab my axe and, well, start chopping down trees, because we can't really build anything without trees cut down. So here's my wood axe, my trusty wood axe, and we have some planks that I can just sort of move up and start building. There we go. And I might also want the box of nails. I suspect I'll go through a whole lot of nails. Yeah, the storm was announced right after I stopped reading the announcements, so I mean, it happens. You know, there was a few YouTube comments calling me out of like, oh, you must be illiterate. Now, they weren't that mean, but they were like, oh, you weren't reading. It's like, no, I wasn't. I do have, contrary to popular belief, I do have dozens of people typing to me while I play. What works for you, and this brings me to a larger point. A lot of, not so much in this game, but, you know, in Project Zomboid and Stationeers, a lot of the times the YouTube comments will suggest projects that will take orders of magnitude longer than I would find acceptable. How am I still... Oh, because I have the planks. So, for instance, oh, you should, like, wall off an entire segment of the forest. Not to pick on whoever mentioned that, but the problem is, here I am trying to entertain you all. Not that you're fickle or anything. And spending, like, 10 real-life hours walling off an entire forest... Oh, God, why am I doing this? Is just a very poor use of my time. I think there's a concept... most of you guys get it on Twitch, that Twitch content is far more about entertainment and less about, like, doing things the absolute correct way or whatever. But there's a lack of understanding for YouTube, so I'll get comments like on YouTube that just aren't rational for Twitch content. Just the way it is. Just an observation I wanted to make. So here I am. How I'm managing to do this, I don't know. But I am nailing planks of wood floors on the other side of this window. And as far as I know, there's really no concept of gravity in Project Zomboid. Things happily float. I wish I could drop this without unfavoriting it. Okay, there we go. So now we'll have, I'm just building a living area on the other side. I'm borrowing the second story roof of the warehouse here, and I will just be, you know, building a sort of a floating area there. Because that makes sense to me, right? What about you? Gravity only exists if you look down. I believe it. The uptime ticker to the stream page? Yes. Yes, there is such an uptime ticker. Actually, that's been around a while, but only on desktop. I wonder what orange... Ooh, orange juice looks real weird with a green screen. It looks actually kind of like I'm drinking urine. I assure you I am not. Or Monster Energy. But I'm not drinking that either. So, I do have, is it up right now? Hold on, let me check. Okay, I do have a submit a goal or project as a channel point redemption. And also, all the people that have been resubbing and cheering bits, thanks. You guys are awesome. So, that would be Matt, Glitch, Saichi, Cat, and then some follows. One of the follows is from someone who's maybe German, Fronater. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. I don't know German. It looks like Mountain Dew. I don't know. I don't drink soda, so I don't have a good concept of, like, the colors of soda. Alright, where's my saw? Here it is. Saw logs, all. Bang face, cheers. So this looks like Mountain Dew? I don't know. I don't think it does. It just kind of looks invisible. Alright, so I'm breaking my back here with the amount of planks I'm holding. And I have to make sure not to fall, either. Or two. Yeah, you can see the farm through the drink. You can see whatever's behind me. Well, now nothing is... Yeah. Anything with, like, tints of green gets to be invisible. Hi, buddy. Chat wants me to pet you. Yo, dude. 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 He's, like, paying the very least amount of attention. There we go. So, this area that I'm standing on now is... I know it's kind of hard to tell with the Z levels as they are, but it's one floor up. So, zombies below me wouldn't be able to get to me. Making me, in a way, safe. Now, once I find, or if I find, not once, not when, but if I find a sledgehammer, I'd be able to remove the stairs. And also, I'd be able to remove this window panel here, this wall thing. If I remove that, I could put in a door rather than have to climb through a window every time. So I will be working on making the second floor sort of a comfortable living space for a little bit. That's my first goal of the stream. Once I've done that, once I feel like I've done that, I'll be opening it up to channel point redemption type goals. So of course there is the 4 other ideas that didn't get prominent voting. And those 4 ideas would be, you know, plumbing, sledgehammering, a stove, and hot wiring cars. Or at least building up the skills for hot wiring cars. Now, building up the skills for hot wiring cars and moving a stove are similar in that they draw upon the same sort of things I'm working towards. Another thing I need to do is to decide how I'm going to rest. I don't think I have a book I'm currently reading. Is that true? No, don't clown. My God, you clown. Don't clown that. Taking a look. I guess first aid I could read. Or fishing, maybe? Yeah, my Ashir is extraordinarily exhausted right now. And very hungry, too. I've not been kind to him, but he's just doing hard work. Building for the future. I know it's confusing to see me over here. It's for the benefit of YouTube. On YouTube, I have watermarks. I never know which way to point. On YouTube, I have watermarks that cover up Yoda when it's Yoda cam time. And, well, I'd like to be able to have everybody enjoy Yoda. How does plumbing work in this game, Weird Beard asked? So, the way plumbing works, it's very straightforward. Essentially, you need a few different things. You need to have installed a sink in an indoor area. So the game checks for indoor areas. Yeah, plumbing does barely work. So an indoor area is one that is surrounded by walls, doors, or windows, and enclosed. I think that's pretty obvious, right? So if you are trying to plumb a house that already existed at the start of the game, what you would need to do is to uninstall the sink and reinstall it. As strange as that sounds, that's how it works. And then that sink will draw from any water sources above it and cells to the side. So think of, if you know what a camp shower is, like if you're camping, think of setting up a camp shower. When you have a camp shower, basically you have a bucket of water above a shower head. That's how plumbing works in Project Zomboid. You're gonna want, so for me, if I wanted plumbing in this living area here, and I have to decide how much larger this living area is gonna get, but if I wanted plumbing in this living area, what I would want to do is I would want to, on the roof, one tile above me, I would want to set up rain barrels to collect water, and then below the rain barrels, install a sink, which then all the water that goes to that sink will be purified magically through the power of Zomboid. I can't tell you why it gets purified if it's plumbed, but it just does. It just does. Can I attach a rope? Drop down from the floating floor? Yes, I could. I would have to set up a fence or a window or something like that, but yeah. And that's something I do intend to do eventually. Alright, I'm putting little big ash here on a tiny bit of a diet. So let's go get a book. Another thing I could do is this window over here. I could break this one out. Oh, well, thank you for the hype train. So let's smash this window. Remove the broken glass. And then we're gonna want some sheets to be able to crawl or drop down to the first floor safely without breaking the legs. You're welcome for the explanation. I'm happy to do it. So, what do we need to be doing right now? Well, right now, I would say I need to... My guy is so tired that if zombies wandered up on me, I'd be too exhausted to give them an honest fight. So I should rest a little bit, but I don't want to just right-click rest because that's kind of a waste of my own time. So ideally, I'd be reading a skill book, and I think it'd be a fishing book. Fishing or first aid for beginners? Now, let's do fishing for beginners. Oh, how about you guys decide? What book? Fishing or first aid? Because I can't, I could read either. And every time I move upstairs, I will grab a little, I'll grab some water or something like that. There was a YouTube comment, or question rather, is it necessary to spread the buckets out like this? And no, they're not. It's not necessary. I just like to do it so that I can more easily figure out how much I have, what's full, rather than having to nest through stacks. Wow, that lead pipe is gonna get lost. Let me pick that up. Alright, I'm still a little hungry. That single sunflower seed didn't tide me over, surprisingly. Oh, I'm even getting drowsy. Hey, look at that. Alright, so you say do some fish reading. Sure, sounds good. Tumbling Satellite saying first aid is useless in single player. He's sort of right, and here's why. First aid, if you need first aid in single player, often you've already died. That's the simple explanation. Basically, you shouldn't be getting hurt in Zomboid because every time you're hurt, you could die. So first aid is one of these skills that you shouldn't be leveling up, ideally. In multiplayer, it's fine, you know, if the people that you're playing with are reckless and you have to patch them up or whatever. But in single player, it's like, it's a skill that really is not one that you will be leveling up. I mean, you can level it up if you really, really, really want by, like, walking barefoot on glass or whatever, and then, you know, that way you're not getting hurt by zombies, you're just hurting yourself. There's a lot of ways to hurt yourself, or falling off the roof repetitively, but it's not really a skill that helps you either. I believe leveling up first aid only really gives you the ability to tend to yourself faster and have the things that you've tended to last a little bit longer, but it's like, okay, so what? How is that even beneficial? Whereas, like, fishing is pretty useful. So to that end, let's speed time up a little bit until I'm not moderately exerted. Boy, am I hungry. I don't want to... Here, let me put the first aid for beginners down. I don't want to eat too much here. Of course, I'm eating chips, so there's kind of a joke there. With high first aid skills, laceration from zombies have lower infection chances. True. I just feel like it's, if you're getting hurt by zombies often, it's like playing Russian roulette. You just shouldn't. Because you'll eventually lose. Like, you might, you know, it'd be like saying, oh, you know, the more you level up Russian roulette, playing Russian roulette, the barrel of your revolver becomes larger. It's like, cool, but, like, shouldn't you just not be trying to shoot yourself? Do you miss something in the first 20 minutes? Yeah, well, undoubtedly you missed about 20 minutes of content. But, without me being cheeky, I am just working on making the second story of the base livable. That's my first goal. And let's go close this poll. Fishing has won the day. So if you guys have any ideas for the next project for me to work on after I make a small living area in the base, I'm happy to work on it. The other question I'm going to have for you once I get upstairs and inside and sawing my blades is, or sawing my, not my blades, my logs, is how large of a second floor should I focus on right now? Should I really make a large space? Should I make a small space? Something in between? Azola Valentine, thanks for gifting that us up. And Small Street, thanks for the follow. So here we have, what is this exactly? What is the dimensions? It's, I guess I need to saw. Okay. Let's saw all the logs, and... Alright, so the question here is, how large should I make the indoor living area? Small, medium, large. I know this is up to my own interpretations. So the thing is, there's actually not functionally a whole lot I need to do indoors. There is a pretty limited amount of tasks I actually need to do indoors. Like, it'd be good to sleep indoors. It'd be good to plumb indoors, because plumbing and sleeping doesn't really work outdoors as well. But yeah, I'm happy to invest as much time as you guys want in setting myself up indoors on the second floor. Like, I would say small. I'm just about at small. And medium would be like a third of this area, and large would be like half. So if you vote for a large, it would be like half of the second floor. Gotta get the bowling alley installed. Yeah, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? There's also the question of, will this machinery that's underneath me interfere? I actually don't know the answer to that. I would probably have one giant room universal for everything. So the other thing is, there was a bit of an advantage for me to go building out to these second story windows here. I know I'm on a bit of a catwalk, but the advantage here is it gives me points of entry and exit if I have this set up like this. The real question, what color carpeting? Probably a mix of red and brown. Red so that you can't see me bleeding, and brown so you can't see me panicking. Something like that. Oh god, am I going to be able to walk back, like, without... Channel point. Will Rad break his ankles? Hope not. Improving carpentry does make things aesthetically look better. Particularly walls, crates, that kind of thing. God, this catwalk makes me not feel good. Carpentry, wooden floor. So this is the last wooden floor. Then I get to this window here. Isola, thanks for another gift. I appreciate it. All right, so this is a little dangerous, but if I had sheet ropes, I'd be able to sheet rope out here and get out of this building. And you want a bunch of different ways to get in and out that are zombie proof. You know, basically sheet ropes. You can make that option if I want. No, I'm good. I don't need to bet whether or not I'm gonna break myself. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is, now that you understand what small, medium, large is, I'll have you revote. So small here would be maybe doubling the size of the current floor, or probably actually small would be like leaving it. Medium would be doubling this size, and large would be quadrupling this size, roughly. So let's have a revote now that you actually understand what these mean. Sorry for making you vote twice. So this is small, medium would be like this large, and then large would be like filling in this area here, which is a lot of... So essentially the question, what you're really voting on is, am I truly going to be living indoors or not? Because I can store things outdoors on the roof. There's no issue with that. There's not like a concept of like weather wear and tear or anything like that. Not that I know of, at least. So the real question is, how much of my base is going to be indoors versus outdoors? And Hiskoda, thanks for the follow as well. Floor Building Simulator 2021. Yeah, this is actually exactly why I've sort of, in the past, rejected the idea that I would build my own base from scratch. Because simply put, it takes an enormous amount of effort and time. You could do it in single player, but it's just not that entertaining for a Twitch stream because of the ridiculous amount of time it takes to do, you know, sort of manual construction. Which I think I just answered, Skull Valerie, I probably just answered your question, which is, I'm not likely to build my own little house. Also, the building mechanics of Zomboid aren't that strong. They're good, but you're not going to be able to really make things truly homey. You can grab furniture and move it over to your base and stuff like that, but it's not ever going to feel like, oh, this is a homey log cabin. It's just going to be like, oh, okay, like this is a bare minimum of a, you know, of a shell of a base. What I will be doing, at the very least, is having a having gantry or scaffolding or whatever you want to call it around the perimeter here, so that I can access all of the windows. Yeah, that's something I'm planning on doing. So let's not break our ankles. Now, it will make these windows over here a little strange because I do have a sheet rope down. I might actually want to remove that sheet rope. Sawing logs on top of a floating floor. OSHA violations. Actually, nah, not really. Hey, if the floor is floating, it's structurally, I guess, I don't know, not really. I could use some lights. Yeah, I could. It is not a well-lit area, that's for sure. Alright, so it's pretty clear you guys want me to go big. I'm okay with that. Am I able to add lights? Yes, I am capable and able. So there are two ways to add lights in Project Zomboid. There is the good way and the bad way. The good way is to uninstall lights that exist out in the real world and then reinstall them in your base. It will draw power from your generator, but the benefit of that is it does not use batteries. The bad way is a carpentry method here, lamp on a pillar, which just basically tapes a flashlight to a pole, and it's battery operated, and it sucks, and it actually doesn't illuminate all that well either. So those are the two methods. I would want to install my own lights. Clearly, the flashlight pole sounds shoddy. Yeah, it is shoddy. It is absolutely shoddy. Another thing that might be worth me doing, let me eat a little, but another thing that might be worth me doing is trying to move my couch. Actually, I had a tent kit, didn't I? Yeah, let me go get my tent kit after I eat some chips. Nothing like Fat Ash losing weight eating chips. Okay, so I'm going to remove this rope. Keep in mind when you remove ropes like that, I don't believe you get the nails back. Could I demo a flashlight pole for now? Yeah, if I had the material. I currently don't on me at the moment. It might be worth me turning more lights on though. No, I didn't. Don't turn that on. There we go. So now we have actually lights in this factory. So I don't actually need to install very many lights because this whole factory is full, or this whole warehouse rather, is full of them. Yeah, I'm just gonna be, I guess, going to sleep. I'd love to get to a point where I could sleep. Well, I should always back up before I sleep anyway, but where I can sleep without the risk of death. That dude next door. Thanks for the follow. I don't have a dude that lives next to me. But, and US Soldier, thanks for the resub. 12 months. Dang. Well, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but, I'm somewhere in there. Ash is in this dark void of, space here. Okay, so, Operation Back It Up. I did get some YouTube comments about why I've restricted myself only to West Point. And it's because the more places you visit, the more areas that you load in, the larger your save game file gets. So my save game file right now is 27,000 items. If I went on a tour of the entire map, it would get up to like 100,000 items. And just doing a backup would get ridiculous. It gets huge. There's probably better ways to do this, but I don't know of them, so here we are stuck with the, you know, I don't, or rather, I might know of them, I just don't trust them. That's a key important difference, I guess. So my couch is here. I'll set up that tent upstairs indoors another time. It is kind of nice knowing that, because I have done the basic barricading of this facility, then I'm not likely to run into any zombies while walking around in here. That is nice. So I was going to... Yeah, I'll just keep adding flooring. I mean, that's what you all voted on, overwhelmingly. It is helping my carpentry. Not much, because basic floor isn't great, but it's helping a little. I mean, I am having someone live next door, but my next door neighbor is like an elderly lady. I don't think it's a dude. She's a dude. She's a widow. So I'll try to make the flooring of this facility as painless as possible, despite the amount of time it takes. Hey, Reaper Gaming. Thanks for the follow as well. No, don't do that. I keep trying to get the door behind me, and I keep trying to climb the fence or the wall. I could just make that higher, but I don't really want to invest any time into just building that. Hey, you actually managed to catch a stream? Well, welcome. I appreciate it. So the lights that are installed downstairs are obviously not going to be... They won't be casting light up here once I floor this up. Yeah, dude is, I guess dude is, to me, dude is kind of non-gendered, if I'm being honest. I call my female friends dude, too. It's pretty gender neutral. Yeah, Squeaky, I'm right there with you. It's a genderless term. Or folks, you know? It's another one. Why does this flooring look different? I don't know. I'm real scary. I'm real scared that, like, all of a sudden, some of the new floor I'm just gonna plummet through. PTSD from my Firehouse series. But with any luck, that won't happen. I think it would also be wise if I removed everything that I don't currently need for this task and just put it on the floor to save weight, because the burden of the weight of all this stuff is it actually hurts me. So here's a question. Do you want me to floor off the entire second floor? So when you voted for large, were you hoping that I actually added floors everywhere? Or is that just like too much work? Oops. So all I'm going to have on me is my axe and cigarettes. Everywhere except for the sheet ropes. Yeah, I wasn't going to do the sheet ropes. There we go. I don't feel lighter. But let me fill up my water bottle. I don't worry. I know I'm going to have ways down. This is... I know how to play Project Zomboid. Oops, I say that as I add water from my water bottle to the cooler. Whatever. It happens. So the plan is everywhere there is a window, I will have 2 sheet ropes. One that I can use externally and one that I can use internally. It will require me to get a bit more sheets and stuff from nearby houses and whatnot, but the nearby houses should be pretty untapped. So far, the no's are winning. I'm going to leave this up a little bit longer. But then, if no's do win, my next question is going to be, like, what percentage, roughly, is going to be floored up? I don't want to bore you all with, like, Bob Vila improves his home stream, unless you want it, right? You have to ask for that. I'll have you vote. I'll leave this one up for a few more minutes, like 3 more minutes, and then I'll have you vote. It'll be in brackets of like 20%, so it'll be like 20, 40, 60, 80. You know, we'll have a few choices. Tim Allen home improvement would be me like driving nails into my own hands and smuggling coke and getting caught. Zing! Sorry, Tim Allen, I didn't mean to do you dirty. Hey, thanks for the raid, Serotonin Soul. What were you playing? Also, Zomboid. So, tell me about your Zomboid series. And I'll tell you about mine. Mine, I am living in West Point. Actually, well, everything you need to know about for the new guys is this, which is essentially the about this series. But the TLDR is I'm living in West Point. I am restricted to only being in West Point and Valley Point. Valley Point is the area sort of northeast of West Point. My character's name is Ash Williams from the Evil Dead series. Yeah, and right now I am securing a indoor area for me to live in. A 2nd-story large warehouse in West Point. The large warehouse that's in southern central West Point. Why are some floors lit up and some aren't? Probably due to light sources, I'd imagine. But I'm honestly not entirely sure. But I think it's just the way the shadow and light casting is happening. It is weird for sure. Cake Machine, thanks for the follow. Is your cake a lie, though? I've been lied to about a lot of cake recently. So here's a zoom out of the base while I rest and read a little bit and type up the next poll for you all. So what percent of the second floor do you want me to utilize? All right, there it is. In increments of 20 plus the 50% vote marker. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take sort of an average. So let's say if it was like half of you want 20%, half of you want 80%, I would do something like in the middle. So it's not like a winner takes all poll. It's, you know, I'll find some sort of middle ground here. And to vote, all you got to do is type the numbers. Yeah, weighted average, mean, median, and mode, right? You think it's trying to show the wall from outside? I don't know. I don't know what the light level is, but I know if I create a light source myself, it should be fine. Man, because of all the heavy lifting I've been doing, well, no, this speaks to me on a deep level, but my character has been like in a terrible, terrible fatigue or whatever. So we're looking at something around 50% so far as the poll says. I wonder if I can go the full first hour not killing a single zombie. I'm 17 minutes away from that. Last stream I didn't have to kill a lot of zombies either. So, for everybody's information, I've killed 833 zombies, majority with a lead pipe. Or at least that's my favorite, so the plurality with the lead pipe. I've survived for 1 month and 11 days. In this series, the water got cut off on day 2. It was ridiculous. Day 2, I lost my water. However, the good news is I didn't lose power until like day 24 or something. Like it took a long, I kept power for a ridiculously long time. Now, another thing is just over this way, I can't pan, well, I can pan out a little bit. Just over this way is a gas station that I've more or less cleared out, and I have a generator there. So power is, I mean, I have a good source of power. I don't really need to worry about power so much because I've got a generator with the, you know, that's able to make power, make gasoline for me. So take a look at the poll. I would say about half, a little bit more than half, is probably roughly the consensus here. So what I'm going to do in these areas is build a wall frame and then build a window frame so that we can climb out either side. I'm probably not going to build the... do I not have enough? Yeah, I should have enough. I'm probably not going to build to finish the walls right now. And the reason being... Oh, is a window a subset of wall frames? And no, the floor, there is not, yeah, okay. Wooden windows, yes. I'm going to wait until I potentially hit Carpentry 7, because everything will look nicer once I hit 7. And then ideally, I would knock out this wall if I had a sledgehammer, and have a door that allows me outside over there as well. But this is sort of the concept of the above living, is I have a lot of ways down. So this is a far larger project than I thought you guys would all vote on. But I'm probably about 20% of the floor space already. So I don't know. It's going to take a little while, but I'm patient. And it will allow me to get through some of these books. Unfortunately, I'm not really learning new skills all that effectively or all that fast, so I'm gonna run out of skill books to read while I'm resting. How difficult is Project Zomboid? You bought it yesterday? Your first, unless you're really, really good at games like this, it will be very challenging. There's a steep learning curve, and it is extraordinarily easy to die if you don't know what you're doing. But Pivy, it is so much fun when you get it. Some tips from me: totally don't worry about dying early on. Treat it as a learning experience. The things that kill you, don't do them twice. There's a lot of hidden game mechanics that aren't necessarily easy to understand, so consult the pvd.net wiki. The wiki has a lot of really helpful information about it. Particularly what you need to survive early on for the first like week or two in Project Zomboid is really different than what you need to survive long term. Like immediately you're going to want to learn a lot of skills, and that's what you're going to need to immediately survive. But in the long run, you're going to need farming. You know, you're going to need to farm and fresh water and stuff like that. So practice. Likely, if you're new to Project Zomboid, you're not going to survive very long, and that's okay. What you should do is you should spend your time. You should spend your time failing gracefully and learning the game mechanics the best you can, so that once you have the skills to survive long term, you also have the knowledge to do it as well. And don't use guns. Yeah, don't use guns. On a scale of 1 to Dwarf Fortress, you put it on a 4? Yeah. The learning curve is maybe a 4. The difficulty, I would put a little bit higher than a 4. It is a rather difficult game compared to similar games. If you just Google Project Zomboid Wiki, you know, it will come up. And then also if you type !map, !map will, hey Yoda. Hey, say hi to the Raiders if they're still here. Dude. Stop. Like, corpse cosplaying. You're not dead. Yep. Oh, you're standing up and everything? Look at that. Yeah, his ears are ridiculous. And he's down again. Yoda grumpy tired? Yeah, maybe sister will join us at some point. She can float behind me. Let's see if I can call her. Alright, we'll see. I yelled for her, but she doesn't always listen. Oh, hey girl. Hop up on the couch. Or the cloud. Tusk, do you want to bark for everybody? Shwa? 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 Louder. Shwa? Tusk, louder. Oh, she's shy. Look at her. Do you see that? Shwa? Shwa? Okay. That's good enough. She is so very cute. This is what she's like all the time. She's just one fluffy ball of love. You like the floating dog? I figured you all didn't need to see an empty couch behind me the majority of the time, so, well, I fixed it. No empty couch. Just floating dogs. No treat redemption because they ate breakfast late. So I don't want, you know. I was thinking about it, but they had just eaten. They're on a diet? A little bit. I have not been able to get them out and about to the same frequency pre-COVID because every time I try to take them to like public areas, like if I try to take them on hiking trails or parks or whatever, there are just so many people not wearing masks, it doesn't make me comfortable. Once I'm vaccinated, they'll be returning back into, you know, I'll have them running around a bit more, but legitimately, I mean, I do realize that the transmission chance being outside is low, but it's not zero, so yeah, I would safely put it at if I went to like a park, like a dog park, it'd be like a 50-50 people wearing masks versus people that aren't. And I just know so many people that are like, oh, my aunt died, oh, my uncle died, oh, my like grandparent died. It's like, yeah, but why aren't you wearing a mask? Like, they're dying because you're maskless. It's so simple. It's so simple. But too complicated for like half the people I live around. So, as a net result, I just stay out of the public. What about mods I would use as a new player? I would not use mods at all. But I'm sort of a purist. I would probably side on the not to use mods learning any new game. So, you know, if I'm playing any, you name it, any new game, I usually try to learn the game before adding mods. Because once you start to add mods, it complicates it. So, for instance, there's a huge overhauling mod in Project Zomboid called Hydrocraft, which adds a ton of stuff. But the issue is when you're trying to learn a game, it's going to be hard for you to know what is Hydrocraft and what is Zomboid, and it's going to blur the lines between the two. So. Yeah, what the thing that really bothers me about the whole mask thing, to get back to that, is it's so very little effort to wear a mask, and it could save someone's life. So it's, oh, I shouldn't be doing a floor there. It's just, I mean, to me, it's like a no-brainer. And also, there's precedent. Like, everybody knows the whole no shoes, no shirt, no service. And everybody is okay wearing shoes and shirts in a place of business by Tusk. So, how is no shoes, no shirt, no mask, no service? It's really not that different. Except for barefoot and topless never killed anyone, whereas maskless has killed millions? I don't know. I don't want to get... The thing is, I do try to avoid, like, controversial things on this channel, because most of the time it's not really necessary for a game streamer to express, you know, those types of opinions. No one asked for them. The thing is, this isn't even controversial. And also, I'm playing a game about an apocalypse full of people that did not socially distance properly. Well, I think as far as the lore of Zomboid goes, it was aerosolized. And that's why as the lore goes, that's why the majority of the town is intact. That's why things aren't looted that much. and why there's very little hoarding and buildup is because in Zomboid's lore, the zombie virus hit everybody really, really, really quickly. And the vast majority of people turned to zombies like immediately because it was airborne. And that there's only a few people that are that were resistant or immune to it. So my character, and yeah, Yoda just got dognapped. My guy is immune to the airborne strain, but still can catch it through being bit. Load up the car with logs? Yeah, I could do that. I don't really know if it saves me that much time. Considering it is a short walk. Like, if I had to travel farther, sure, yeah, absolutely. But I don't have to travel that far. It would do fewer trips, sure. What am I trying to do? A wall frame? You're happy I moved to Twitch? Yeah, I'm, you know, I've been happy with Twitch. They've not done me dirty. Also, yeah, it is insanely hard to train fitness and strength. So anything that you can do to passively sort of train it, like walking around with heavy loads and things like that, are very useful. Because my fitness and strength are almost maxed out because of the traits I picked. But my strength is... I mean, I'm still just a tiny fraction towards 10. Is it known who is behind the virus? No, not... The game actually has a mysterious lack of lore, I would say. Which I do find interesting. So there's truly not a lot of information that, as a survivor, that you were offered. I think it's because it just happened, and people just don't have answers yet. And there is no gravity now. Seeing those stats make you want to replay Kenshi? Yeah, the stats are very Kenshi-esque. Well, I want 1 hour without having to kill zombies, so woo! Ooh, I can hear the wife making coffee. What day is this game on? We are on 1 month, 11 days, so 41-ish days in. My first month was July, so it would be 42 days or something. I actually don't know how they measure time in Zomboid. I don't know if July is different than August and, well, July and August, yeah. Like, so I don't know if what they call a month is just 30 days generically, or if it actually cares about the length of that month. Like, if you survive all of February, will it just say 1 month? Or, you know. You think it cares about proper months? Yeah, it probably does. Coffee out for OJ? Yeah, that is going to be nasty, so I better chug this and be done with it. The date is in the top right. I know it's tiny, but it's 8/19. Am I going to put 10 packs up here? Yeah, I should. My guy is exhausted, so. All right, so you all voted, and let's get this down. It's been up for a long time. To do a little bit more than half, so I'm going to do this. This is going to be my flooring here. That's a pretty huge space indoors. It's kind of one of the biggest projects I've ever made. Hello, carpentry. There we go. The entire floor I'm currently standing on was non-existent at the start of this stream. There was no wood, anything in this warehouse until I started adding it. How did I make the first tile? I started hammering it from the other side of a window. So, magic. Wait, I can do this better. Magic. Like, I could... Here, I'll show you, Garista. I could, if I wanted to, nail floors on the other side of this wall here. Right? I don't want to, because it doesn't benefit me and it doesn't really make sense, but if I wanted to, I could even have a unsupported by pillars catwalk from my base over to the gas station. Yeah, if I wanted to. You know, theoretically, if you had enough wood and time, you could build the entire map of Project Zomboid into a second-story wooden floorboard and, like, Dyson sphere up Zomboid in a cloak of wood. The game would allow it. I'm not saying it's a smart thing to do, but the game would allow it. Gas station catwalk, new stream goal. I mean, it's an interesting idea. The only thing I'm going to say about the gas station catwalk is you can't pump the gas from the catwalks, so it wouldn't save me much time or effort or energy or anything. It would take horribly long to make, yeah. That's the thing is, like, in multiplayer, you can take on mega projects. In single player, you really have to be careful with your time because you only got so much. Now, here's the question. Who knows where my tent kit is? Oh boy. I don't know. But I'll try to find it. Yeah, you don't even need to tear down supports. Like, you could, if you wanted to, build yourself a floating house entirely. I'm not... Oh, here it is. I'm not going to do that because it is sort of an abuse of the game. Like, it's possible, but I don't like playing it that way. Thank you for watching episode 26 of Project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that this is a Twitch series focused more on entertainment and viewer interaction than min-maxing or efficiency. And also that there's 4 hours left to air of this series. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information you need. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.